Welcome all. Today we will discuss gradient divergence and the curve. So in this class we will only discuss the physical significance of gradient divergence and curve. Okay, my student have asked me what is the physical significance of this divergence, curve and the gradient. So before starting, we should have the basic knowledge of the space variation, because all these gradient, divergence and the curl belong to the space variation. Okay, space variation. In the space variation we have a operator which define the space variation. That operator is called as a del, a vector quantity that is given by ax. Ax is the unit vector in the direction of the x, plus curl by curl x plus ay curl by curl y plus az curl by curl z. Okay, so this ax is a unit vector in the direction of the x direction. So we can also write this as a I j and k. Okay, so don't confuse in this. Del is basically this is the del operator, and this give you the space variation. So we have used here the simple Cartesian coordinate system. We have the different type of the coordinate systems. So now this is the simple del operator which will give you the space variation. Okay, space variation means variation in the free space. Okay, now you should also know the what are the scalar quantities and what are the vector quantities. Before starting, scalar and vector quantities. Scalar quantities only have the magnitude but no direction. These vector quantities have both direction as well as amplitude. Okay, the voltage and the current are the scalar quantity, and the electric field and the magnetic field B or the current density, simple example, are the vector quantities. Okay, you can say the speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. You can say this. Okay, now come to the main point. These are the background required to understand the physical significance of the gradient. Now let us start with the gradient. What gradient is? Now let us start with this gradient. Let's rewrite it. Gradient. Okay, so gradient is basically, it is for a scalar quantity, a scalar field, you can say. Now it is a simple multiplication of any scalar quantity with the del. Let us say temperature is a scalar quantity, so this del, simple multiplication with the temperature. Okay, so what is the physical significance of this gradient? How will you define it, that what gradient is? Okay, so if I am taking the gradient of the temperature, okay, so it signifies the, so now look here. Now this is a vector, del is a vector. You can see we have already given the values of this del here. Okay, this is a vector because the unit vectors are there, and the temperature is a scalar quantity. So the output of this will be a vector. Okay, this is a vector, simple multiplication with the temperature. So you can identify like it. Let us say temperature is 5. So 5 will be multiplied by this. Okay, 5 here. Okay, 5x. Let us say 5x. So what will be the value? Let us say temperature is 5x. What will be the value? Only this value, ax. So curl by curl x, 5x will be 5 plus 0 plus 0, because this curl by curl z will be equal to 0. Okay, so this will have a value, what? T is equal to ax 5. So if this temperature is 5x, then this will have a value ax 5. So it is a vector quantity. So the gradient of any scalar quantity is a vector quantity. What it signifies? It will give you the magnitude as well as direction. So it is the maximum rate of increase of or maximum rate of decrease of any scalar quantities. Okay, now let us take the simple examples to understand this. Let us say this is a river. This is a river and the water is flowing like this. Okay, this is the water. This is the river. We are in the river. The water is flowing, and you want to find out the this rate of flow of the water. So you will calculate the gradient. Gradient will give you the maximum rate of increase of any quantity, the scalar quantity. So flow will be given by the this gradient. Let us take another example. Let us say this is a room. Okay, and you have installed AC here, air conditioner. Okay, this length of the room is very large. So AC is installed here, and the temperature here is in this corner is 16 degrees Celsius, and temperature here, because the very large length, 20 degrees. So there is a large difference, 4 degree difference. So this difference is given by the gradient. If you take the gradient of the temperature, you can easily find that this in this direction, okay, your temperature will increase. So maximum rate of increase of any scalar quantity or maximum rate of increase of or maximum rate of decrease of any physical quantity is given by the gradient. Okay, you need want to flow the now similarly, let's say the divergence of the voltage. Okay, so maximum rate of decrease of voltage, this minus sign signifies a decrease of the voltage, is equal to electric field. Okay, the voltage is a scalar quantity and this electric field is a vector quantity. So maximum rate of decrease of this voltage is electric field. Okay, so this is the gradient. Okay, so remember this, when you need to find out the maximum rate of increase of or maximum rate of decrease of any scalar quantity, then we will take a gradient. Okay, it is a simple multiplication of del with that scalar quantity, and the output will be a vector quantity. Okay, now if you find gradient there anywhere in the mathematics, you just apply this. Okay, because this is everywhere. Gradient is you are studying this gradient, but you don't know the physical significance. Okay, nobody knows and nobody want to care. Okay, nobody want to know what is the physical significance. So this is the physical significance. This will give you the maximum rate of increase of or maximum rate of decrease of any physical quantity. Okay, now let us move to the another, that is a divergence. Another divergence. Let us partition it. Let us move to the divergence. Now D for divergence, D for dot. Okay, so it is a dot product of del operator with any vector quantity, any vector quantity. Okay, any vector quantity. Let us say take the example of the electric field. Take the example of the electric field, del dot E. Okay, you can take any example, any vector quantity, you can multiply it with the del, you will get the divergence. Now let us take go to this example, the river, the water is flowing. So what this divergence will give you? Divergence will give you the net flow of any quantity. It will give you the net flow. Okay, you can say the flux or the net flow. Okay, if you want to find out the net flow, then you will take the divergence. Okay, flowing water, you want to find out the net flow, then this divergence is taken, and divergence is dot product of any vector quantity with the this del. Okay, and what will be its output? dot product is there. So if you take the dot product with del any vector quantity, the output will be scalar. Output will be scalar because in dot products, if you multiply a unit vector with the this similar vector, that will give you the value 1. Okay, so these unit vector will be cancel out. Okay, let's take a simple example. Del, we know what is del. Del is this. Let us say if e is what, ex 2 x, okay, ay 1 ay or 1x log, az 3z. So what will be the this del dot e? Simple multiplication with the ax term will be multiplied with the ax term. So curl by curl x 2x, ax multiply with this ax will give you 1. Simple dot product. Okay, if you don't know the dot product, then you should know that. I will make a separate video, just remember that in the, you will get this value. Okay, so you will get what will be the output now. So curl by curl x of 2x will be 2, and again this will be multiplied with the ay give you the 1, and this is okay. So let us say I am rewriting it, this is y here. Okay, so otherwise if x is there, the output will be 0 here, plus 0. Okay, if y is here, then curl by curl y of y is plus 1. Then again this az multiply by this az, that will give you 1, curl by that will give you 3, that will be equal to 6, a scalar quantity. So output of this will be a scalar quantity. It will give you a net flow. How much is the flow? Okay, no direction, only the flow. How much is the flow? 3 4 5 6, a number. Okay, so if you want to find out the flow, how much is the flow, how much is the flow here at that point, so you take the divergence here. Okay, find out the divergence. Let us say the flow is 5, and take the divergence here. If the flow is 10, so at that place the flow is large. Okay, so let us revise. So divergence will give you the net flow, and D stand for divergence and D stand for dot product. It is a dot product of this del operator with a any vector quantity. This is we have taken here the electric field because it is a vector quantity. You can take any like this vector quantity and take this curl. It will give you the net flow. Okay, so this is the simple example. Now move onto this curl. So curl is C stand for curl and T stand for cross. Simple, remember this like that. So it is a cross product of this del operator with any vector quantity. So let us say again, taking the example of this electric field. So del cross E will give you the this curl of that vector quantity. Okay, so what it signifies now, again let's see, this is a vector, and the cross product will be a vector. Okay, so this curl of any vector has the amplitude as well as direction. So what it signifies? It will give you the maximum circulation. Now let us say the water is flowing. Okay, if you put anything in between this water here, anything, let us say a cardboard, we have put a cardboard here, and if it start revolving, in any direction, this direction or this direction. So okay, we have put a card here. You can you might have seen that if you put something in the water, if it start revolving, okay, then it has the curl, it has the curl vector. So this, the water flow is applying the circular motion, okay. The thing you have this put in the water uh, will rotate in particular direction, either in this direction or in this direction, okay, which will depend on the this field, okay. So the so how we will give this circulation? It is given by the this vector curl, okay. If you find out the curl, you will easily calculate the net circulation. So this del cross E means the circulation provided by the electric field, okay. If this is the electric field, these are the electric field, if you put a charge here in the electric field, how much circulation it will produce? The static electric field will not provide any circulation, so del cross E is equal to 0 in the static case, if the electric field is not changing with time, okay. So if it is 0, let us say for there, if you put anything in the water, if it's not moving, revolving, sorry, it is not revolving, it is moving in the straight direction, then the curl is 0, the curl is 0. If it is revolving, then we'll have a some curl, okay. Now what is, now I think it is clear that this curl of any vector quantity produce the net circulation, maximum circulation, okay. Electric field, static electric field will not produce the this circular motion, so del cross E is 0, okay. If in the river you want to find out the this circulation, net circulation, okay, then you have to calculate this vector curl, okay. Now how will you calculate this del? It is easy to calculate. You have to solve this a matrix here, because both are vectors, so you have to write this ax, ay, az, these are the unit vectors, you have to write this, okay. Then the value of this del, what is the value? Curl by curl x, curl by curl y, curl by curl z. Then you have to write the value of E. What was the value of E? Ax, what is the corresponding? 2x. What is here? Y. What is here? 3z. Then you have to solve this like a matrix, okay. You will get the like this. For ax, you have to solve it for ax, remove this, multiply this, okay. Just in the matrix, I will not go in the detail of this. So this is the physical significance of this gradient, divergence, and the curl. Let us revise, okay. Revise. What is gradient? Gradient is a simple multiplication of the del operator with the any scalar quantity, and the output will be a vector. What it signifies? It will give you the maximum rate of increase of and maximum rate of decrease of any scalar quantity, like a temperature. You want to find out the in the room in which direction temperature is increasing, okay. And you want to find out the in which direction the flow is increasing, okay. So you just take the divergence of the temperature, you can easily find out, like okay, in this direction the temperature is increasing. Similarly, if you take the divergence of the if you take the gradient of the voltage, okay, that will be equal to electric field. So this minus sign signifies the maximum rate of decrease of the voltage is equal to electric field. Now take the divergence, D stand for divergence, D stand for the dot product. So it is for the vector field. So del dot E, output will be a scalar. So what is the output? It will give you the physical significance. What is the physical significance? It will give you the net flow, okay, or net flux you can say, and output will be a scalar. Then the curl, C stand for curl, C stand for cross product. So del cross E, E is any vector quantity, and the output will be a vector quantity. So it will give you the maximum circulation provided by that field. Now we have taken the example of this flowing water. If you put anything in it, if it start revolving, then this flowing water will have the curl, otherwise it is 0, okay. So this is all for this divergence, gradient, divergence, and the curl. Thanks for watching. And I just want to tell you guys, go for the physical significance. If you are studying anything you're studying any subject, any topic, just apply it in your daily life. What is the significance of that? Okay, and please subscribe this channel for this type of the informative videos. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching.